Well, hello. Thank you for joining me. These are the announcements for the Tomorrow River Lutheran Parish for March 13th, 2022. That is the second Sunday in Lent, and it is good to have this opportunity to talk to you. We are, for this coming Sunday, we are going to have 4 in-person worship services. Most everything in the church, in keeping with the latest CDC guidelines, has gone to mask optional. You are welcome to wear a mask if you choose, but we will not ask anyone to wear a mask. And indeed, last week, most people attending most functions chose not to wear masks. We are aware that there may be some of you who think that that's premature, or for reasons of your own, for reasons of your health, or reasons of your sensibilities, are unwilling to come if people around you are unmasked. And so, just for this transition period, God willing, we've added a mask-required Sunday service. So it's at 7:45. It's at Peace. It's indoors, of course, and it's mask required. Now, last week only 2 people showed up, and we did church. The 3 of us did church. But you know, the councils are not going to let me keep doing services for 1 or 2 people. So if you or if anyone you know has been staying away because you're afraid and you need a mask-only service to have confidence and to feel safe in the house of the Lord, then you got to come. You got to come at 7:45. You've got to tell these people, whoever they are, that they've got to come because otherwise council's going to pull us down, and rightly so. I mean, they work with the pastors on the worship life of the congregation. They have responsibility for the balancing of the ministries of the church, and so you know, when I say council's going to pull it down, there's no offense there. They're right to exercise their proper function. So 7:45. Mask required service. Let's see how many people need that, how many people choose to come. Again, almost everything else that's happening is mask optional. The 8:30 service at Peace, mask optional. The 9:30 outdoor service at Nelsonville, mask optional. That always has been. The 10:15 indoor service at Nelsonville, mask optional. So I hope that you avail yourself of one of those opportunities to gather with your brothers and sisters for worship this weekend. And I trust that you will experience God's Spirit as we open God's Word together. We also, of course, are in the season of Lent. We're having midweek Lenten services. Those are at 10:30 in the morning at Peace this coming week, and that's March 15th. March 16th, Wednesday, March 16th. So there's a 10:30 service at Peace, and there's also a 7 o'clock midweek Lenten service at Peace, both mask optional. Again, we're back to big parts of our pre-COVID life. So we're having the soup suppers. We have the schedule is that about 5:30 we start eating. You can come anytime. Confirmands can come anytime. At 6:30, the confirmands and I have our in-person discussion group. At 7 o'clock, there's the worship service, and at 8 o'clock, I'll have the online confirmation discussion group. Now, the food. This last week, it was loaves and fishes. It was madness. We had, you know, the story of the loaves and the fishes that Jesus feeds the multitude, and there's 12 baskets left over. That's exactly what happened here. That we had a whole bunch of people, God love you, brought food and didn't tell us you were bringing food. So we had just an insane amount of food, soups and breads and bars and treats and cookies. It was crazy. The 7th graders were happy out of their mind, I'll tell you. This week we're also doing a soup supper, but if you would let us know that you're planning to bring something, that would help us tremendously. There's a sign-up sheet that's on the information desk here at Peace. You can call me or Pastor Gretchen or the church office. You can email or text any of us, and we'll let you know where we are and what we need. I know that for coming weeks in Nelsonville, they're going to need some help with soup and treats, and we're all in this together. You know, it's not that Peace has their event, and then we go to sleep. We help each other. So whether it's this week or in the coming 3 weeks that will be over at Nelsonville, your help is appreciated. Just let us know. I appreciate that tremendously. What else do you need to know? The prayer list, you can find it always by clicking on the top right corner of the website. The prayer list is largely unchanged from previous weeks. We are continuing to pray for the people of Ukraine. And it's been suggested, and I think rightly so, that we also pray for the Russians who are bravely protesting this war at great personal cost to themselves. I mean, it's amazing bravery to stand outside with a sign in Putin's Russia protesting the war. So prayers for them and for their families, and also prayers for all the Russians who don't really know what's going on, who are being misled and who are conducting a war that they don't understand for reasons that are not clear to them or for reasons that are imaginary. So there is so much misery in this situation, and the prayers of God's people are important. I think we should pray together for the wisdom of the rulers of the nations, and that we'd pray that God would strengthen the righteous, that God would protect the innocent, that God would foil the plans of the aggressor, and that God's will would be done, and God would help us together to find a just peace. So, those prayers and the prayers for our brothers and sisters who've asked for our prayers, I think are critically important. And I implore you to make part of your discipline, your Christian walk, a remembering of these people who've asked us to pray for them. While we're talking about Ukraine and Russia, most of you are aware that it's miraculous that something that started in Nelsonville, a challenge to the world to respond with matching funds, that we would match dollar for dollar any gift to Lutheran World Relief for support of the Ukrainian refugees and those displaced by the war, that we would support dollar to dollar up to $100,000. That has grown. It has grown tremendously. People from both congregations have seen fit to add their resources and their support to the challenge side of the grant. And now we are challenging the world with a dollar for dollar match of about $340,000. It moves a little bit. Some people have added big piles of money, and others have added what for them is a big pile, right? Remember the story of the widow's mite in the temple, that sometimes the one who gives just a little has given more than any other. So with nothing but gratitude for gifts of every size, I'll tell you that the Tomorrow River Lutheran Parish, Nelsonville and Amherst are giving $340,000 plus to Lutheran World Relief and challenging the whole world to match us in that. The matching process is going superlatively well. There are churches all over the country who've taken this up. And so I want to thank you who've been involved. I want to thank you who've prayed for it. May God bless, protect, and keep you in faith for your kindness and your generosity. The good people at Lutheran World Relief ask me almost every day to convey their thanks to you. Our Bishop Ann has asked me to thank you, and I am awed by the grace and the generosity of you who call this place home, and who are doing the work of God in this place. So it has never, nothing like it has happened in my career. I don't anticipate that it ever will again, and I'm grateful to be part of it. So if you want to add to the $340,000 challenge to the rest of the world, talk to me and I'll help you do that. If you want to give a gift to Lutheran World Relief to be matched by that $340,000, the best way to do that is to use the link that I've sent out to you several times, or go to lwr.org/match, and a graphic should come up that will talk about the gift from the parish. You'll know you're on the right spot, and you can give there with confidence. Lutheran World Relief is a trusted agency. They were born in the ashes of the Second World War, helped to reconstruct Europe, and since that time they have faithfully been serving the world, around the world. Just another reminder, a final reminder, if I were a criminal, I would absolutely be running a scam charity right now. If you can't go anywhere on social media without finding a fundraising appeal. Please be wise. Jesus says that we're supposed to be as wise as serpents and as innocent as doves. Lutheran World Relief, Lutheran Disaster Relief, Lutheran Social Services, Catholic Charities. I mean, there are a few organizations that have been around for a long time, have demonstrated their faithfulness, practice financial accountability and transparency. Give your money to those groups. Don't enrich criminals. So let's all work together on that. Okay, let's keep moving. While we're talking about Lutheran World Relief, one of the things that they're doing is that they're airlifting in these kits that we've been working on for decades here, right? The personal care kits, the baby kits, the school kits, quilts to keep displaced people, refugees, alive. So that's part of what they're doing. They're doing hunger stuff. They're doing. I mean, you go on Lutheran World Relief. They'll tell you what they're doing. They're better than I can. But we're going to be hitting the kits hard again because the last I heard from the BBC is that more than 2 million people have fled to Ukraine. So nobody was ready for that kind of onslaught of people in need and refugees. So we're going to have to backfill the supplies that are being burned up, used up right now, and we're starting with the baby care kits, caring for the most vulnerable. And so when you're out about, if you would be looking for the things that go into a baby care kit, go on our website. There's the Lutheran World Relief tab, LWR at the top. Click that. There's all the different kinds of kits and what goes in each kit. You can either make the kits yourself or you can bring us parts of kits, right? So for the baby kits, 2 lightweight cotton t-shirts go in each kit. If you find 10 of them someplace, buy 10, bring them in, and we'll assemble them into kits. But remember, this is a place where creativity is not your friend. That these have to all be the same. The last thing we want to have happen in any of these refugee camps or situations is people contesting for the better kits. They got to all be exactly the same. So pick up that list either online or at the churches. Start bringing in the stuff. If you can't face Walmart, and who could blame you? Give us money for the care kits, and I'll go to Walmart, and we'll get the stuff we need to take care of these people. Very quickly, Thrivent members, you're running out of time to do Choice Dollars. Those expire March 31st. Log in. We would be honored to receive that support, but if there's another charity that you want to support, that's fine. That's great. May God be glorified. Just don't leave the money on the table, right? That's we can do better than that. I think I'll leave it there. Those are the critical announcements. I am so grateful and honored that we are working together in this place in this time. I wish you God's grace. I wish the people of Ukraine and the lost people of Russia, the misinformed people of Russia, I wish them God's grace. And I trust you join me that peace is a precious thing, that we're richly blessed, and that God calls us to use our blessings to bless and protect those around the world. All right, so we say all this in Jesus' name. I look forward to seeing you. I hope to see you in worship. God bless. Bye-bye.